Hi, welcome to Lantern Live, a tiny bookish mirror for the chapter you're living. So today I was thinking about what characters have made me feel really seen before I really had language for myself for what was going on. And for me, at this point in my life, that character is Zoey from Mistakes Were Made by Lucy Score. My husband actually read the book before I did, and he knew that I was really going to relate to Zoey before I ever picked the book up. And the reason I got him into these books in the first place was Goose the Eagle. Because once you tell someone there's an eagle causing absolute chaos, including dropping a fish on people, obviously that becomes important literary research. But then I met Zoey, and it wasn't just funny anymore, it was a mirror. Zoey feels like a hot mess through much of the story, and I know that feeling. That feeling of, why is this so hard for me? Why can't I just do the thing? Why does everyone else seem to have some invisible manual I missed? When will I start feeling like I know how to adult? But the thing that hit me was, Zoey isn't broken. She isn't a disaster, even if that's what the main male character calls her. She doesn't need to become a completely different person to be successful. She needs understanding. She needs support. She needs help that actually fits how her life and her brain work. And that's a really big mirror for me. See, I've been on a years-long journey trying to understand whether or not ADHD is part of my story. I've been getting help. I've been advocating for myself loudly, and honestly, not always getting the support or the answers I've been searching for. And it's been really exhausting. But I'm finally getting some forward momentum for my stuff, and hopefully I'll have answers by the end of the summer. But I'm not sharing all of this as medical advice or to diagnose anyone else, anything like that. This is just me and my personal story. I'm sharing it because sometimes a character can give you language for things that you've been carrying and going on in your life that you don't really have the words for yet. So, what Zoey helped me remember is that I don't have to be good at everything all the time. I can play to my strengths. I can ask for help. I can delegate the things that drain me or confuse me or frustrate me, and they make me feel like I'm failing at being a person, at being an adult. And no, it's not always fun. No, it's not always easy, but it is very different from carrying the weight of the world and pretending that I'm fine. So here is today's tiny brave step. Ask yourself, where am I treating a need for support like proof that I'm broken? Maybe your tiny step is asking for help. Maybe it's accepting how you actually work, your brain, your energy. How do you work, and how can you work with that instead of against it? Because shaming yourself for the way that you function doesn't do anybody any good. Maybe it's admitting, even privately, that you're not wrong. You may just need support that fits yourself and your life and your capabilities and your circumstances. Hold that thought for a minute and let it sink in. You're not wrong. What if you just need a different kind of help? What would that look like? And if you want to share, please tell me below. I would love to see your comments. What character made you feel seen before you had the language to really express yourself? Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great day.